Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Rest for your hearts, rest for your souls. In this world, you will face trials. You will be hurt by others, and at times, you will hurt others. But there is a way to peace. There is a way to freedom, and it begins with forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a simple choice. It is a radical decision. It is a choice to release the grip that pain and anger have on your heart, to choose to walk away from bitterness and resentment. I know how heavy that burden can feel, how much it can weigh on your spirit, but I also know that forgiveness has the power to set you free. It is not a gift given only to those who deserve it. It is a gift for you. Forgiveness is the way to healing, the way to peace that passes all understanding. You may not feel like forgiving, and that's okay. But know this, when you forgive, you are not denying the hurt. You are embracing the power to move beyond it. I have forgiven you countless times. And I call you to forgive, not just once, but as often as needed. It is through forgiveness that you will find true freedom. It is through forgiveness that you will find the peace you seek. Forgiveness may seem like a weakness to the world, but I tell you it is a great strength. To forgive is not to condone what was done to you. It is not to make light of your pain, but to refuse to be held captive by it any longer. Forgiveness sets you free, not the one who wronged you, but you. It releases you from the grip of anger and hatred, and in that release, you find peace. You may ask, why should I forgive them? Don't they need to pay for what they've done? Yes, justice is important, and I am the one who will bring justice in my time. But it is not for you to hold on to anger and bitterness, for they are chains that bind your spirit. When you choose forgiveness, you are choosing to trust me with the justice, and to trust that I will make all things right. I have shown you the way. Look to the cross. There, I bore the weight of every sin, every betrayal, every wrong done against me, and still, I forgave. I chose to love those who mocked me, who beat me, and who nailed me to the cross. I forgave them, not because they deserved it, but because love is stronger than hatred. And because forgiveness is the way to bring healing to your heart. As you forgive, you do not become less of who you are, you become more. You become more like me, more filled with the love and mercy that I have shown to you. You walk in the freedom that comes from releasing what has been done to you and no longer allowing it to control your life. Forgiveness is not always an immediate act. It is a process. It may take time for your heart to heal, and it may take time for you to truly let go of the pain. But as you choose forgiveness day by day, you are opening the door to healing. I know that some wounds go deep. Some hurts cut through your very soul, and it may feel as though forgiveness is beyond your reach. But I promise you, there is no wound too deep, no hurt too great, that my love cannot heal. When you forgive, you invite my healing presence into the place where you have been wounded. It may not happen all at once, but as you continue to surrender the hurt to me, you will feel the weight lifting from your heart. Slowly, the bitterness and anger will begin to fade, replaced by peace, by grace, by the very love that I have poured out for you. The pain may not disappear overnight, but forgiveness begins to transform the way you see it. What was once a source of pain can, over time, become a testimony of my power to heal and restore. As you forgive, you open your heart to my grace, and my grace is what brings true healing. And remember, forgiveness is not a one-time choice. You may need to forgive the same person more than once, as the pain may resurface. But with each act of forgiveness, you are letting go more fully, and you are growing in the peace that only I can give. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing, but I also call you to reconciliation. Forgiveness opens the door, but reconciliation walks you through it. To forgive is to release the past, but to reconcile is to rebuild trust and restore relationships. It is the healing of the broken places, not just in your heart, but in the hearts of those around you. I understand that reconciliation may not always be possible, especially if the one who wronged you is not willing to change or to seek forgiveness themselves. But as much as it depends on you, I call you to live at peace with everyone. Do not let your forgiveness become a barrier to the restoration of relationships. If it is possible, go to those who have wronged you, and in love, seek reconciliation. This doesn't mean that the relationship will always return to what it once was, or that things will be the same. Sometimes, reconciliation requires boundaries to be set, wisdom to be applied, and sometimes it means walking away from toxic or harmful relationships. But when you forgive and seek reconciliation, you choose to live in freedom without the burden of unresolved conflict. I came to reconcile you to the Father, to bring peace where there was once separation. And now I call you to be agents of reconciliation. Just as I have forgiven you, so you are to forgive others. In doing so, you reflect my love to the world and you become a vessel of peace. Remember, forgiveness does not mean that the pain is erased or that the wrong is forgotten. It means that you are choosing to release it into my hands, trusting that I will bring healing where there was once hurt. Forgiveness is more than just an act, it is a way of life. It is the decision to let go of the past so that the future can be filled with peace. When you forgive, you choose to break free from the cycle of anger, resentment, and bitterness that can so easily entrap you. It is in this freedom that you begin to experience the fullness of my peace. When you hold on to unforgiveness, you allow the offense to continue to control you. It's like carrying a heavy load, and no matter how much you try to move forward, that weight keeps pulling you back. But forgiveness is like setting down that load. It's not just about letting go of what others have done to you, but about releasing the power that their actions still have over your life. Forgiveness doesn't mean that the hurt didn't happen. It doesn't mean that what was done was right. It simply means that you are no longer allowing the past to control your present or dictate your future. You are choosing to let go of the pain and allow my peace to fill the space that once held the bitterness and anger. In forgiveness, you begin to discover the true freedom I came to give you. It is the freedom to love without fear, to live without regret, and to walk in the fullness of who I have created you to be. In forgiving others, you also forgive yourself. You release the guilt, the shame, and the burdens that you've carried, knowing that I have already paid the price for all of it. When you forgive, you don't just let go of the past, you embrace the future with open arms. You make room for healing, restoration, and the joy that comes from living a life free of bitterness. Forgiveness is not just an act of kindness. It is an act of transformation. When you choose to forgive, you allow me to transform your heart, to reshape the way you view the world and the people around you. It may feel impossible at first, but through my strength, all things are possible. When you forgive, you are not just releasing others from their wrongs, you are releasing yourself from the grip of anger and pain. The more you forgive, the more you experience the freedom that I have promised. It is a freedom that sets your heart at peace and your mind at rest. No longer are you chained to past wrongs. No longer are you consumed by thoughts of revenge or bitterness. You are free to love, to walk in grace, and to move forward with a heart of peace. I have forgiven you countless times. I have wiped away your sins as far as the east is from the west. And I ask you to do the same for others, not because they deserve it, but because forgiveness is the only way to break the chains that bind your soul. The world will tell you that forgiveness is weak, but I tell you it is the greatest strength. It takes courage to forgive, to look beyond the offense and choose love instead of hatred. It takes strength to release the hurt and allow healing to come. When you forgive, you align your heart with mine. You reflect the love and mercy I have shown you, and doing so, you become a living testimony of the power of grace. Through your forgiveness, others will see my love at work in the world. They will see that there is a way to peace, a way to healing, a way to restoration, and that way is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not just a moment. It is a way of living. It is a continual choice to let go, to release the hurts of the past, and to embrace the peace that I offer. In a world filled with conflict and division, forgiveness is the path to true unity and love. As you forgive, you reflect the very heart of the Father, who forgives all and calls his children to do the same. Living in forgiveness means choosing to love even when it is hard. It means choosing to trust in my timing and my justice, knowing that I will make all things right. You may not always see the immediate effects of your forgiveness, but trust that I am at work in the hearts of those involved, and in your own heart, transforming you more into my image. When you forgive, you are not just releasing others, you are also releasing yourself. You free your heart from bitterness and anger, and you create space for joy, peace, and love to flourish. You open the door to the kind of life I came to give you, a life that is full, abundant, and unburdened by the weight of past wrongs. Forgiveness is the key to living in true peace. It is the foundation upon which your relationships can be healed and restored. It is the path to wholeness, to healing, and to the freedom that comes from being fully at peace with yourself and with others. I know that forgiveness is not always easy. There may be times when the wounds feel too deep, the hurt too great. But know this, I am with you. I will give you the strength to forgive, the grace to heal, and the peace to move forward. When you forgive, you not only set others free, you set yourself free. As you walk in forgiveness, you will experience the fullness of my peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding. This is the life I offer you, the life of freedom, the life of love, the life of forgiveness. There comes a time in every life when the burden of past hurts becomes too heavy to carry. The weight of anger, bitterness, and regret presses upon you, and you find yourself entangled in memories of wrongs done. But I tell you this, there is freedom to be found, not in holding on, but in letting go. Letting go is not weakness, it is strength. It is the strength to release the past and move forward with your heart free from the chains of resentment. I know how deeply you have been hurt, how deeply others' actions have cut into your soul. But in letting go, you release the power that those past wounds have over you. When you choose to let go of the hurt, you are choosing peace. It may seem impossible to forget the pain, but you do not need to forget. It is enough to choose to release it. You allow the heavy load you've carried to be lifted, and in its place, I offer you my peace. When you hold on to anger, it grows, it festers. It keeps you trapped in a cycle of bitterness and grief. But when you let go, you allow healing to begin. Letting go is the first step to peace, the first step to freedom. It opens the door to the life I have always desired for you, a life of wholeness, joy, and healing. When you let go of the things that weigh you down, you make space for something greater. Space for healing, for grace, and for the freedom that only I can give. You do not need to hold on to the hurt. You do not need to carry the anger, the sorrow, or the frustration that has accumulated over time. The chains that have bound you, whether from others or from your own actions, can be broken. I know how hard it is to release what has been done to you, to let go of the wrongs that others have inflicted. It feels as if holding on to them gives you some measure of control, some sense of power. But in truth, it is holding on to them that keeps you trapped, locked in a prison of your own making. The very things that seem to offer protection are the things that keep you from moving forward. But when you choose to release, you break those chains. You free your heart from the past, and you allow my love to fill the empty spaces. In releasing the past, you are not denying what happened, nor are you excusing it. You are choosing to trust me with the brokenness, trusting that I will make it whole again. The process of letting go is not easy. It takes time, and sometimes it feels as though the past will not let you go. But I am here, offering you the strength to release, the courage to let go, and the promise of peace in exchange. When you release the chains of the past, you step into the freedom I have already secured for you. Letting go is not a single moment, it is a journey. It is a daily decision to release the past and trust in my healing process. There may be days when the pain resurfaces, when the memories rise up again. But remember, healing takes time. It is a journey of restoration, where each step brings you closer to wholeness. As you embrace the healing journey, know this: I am with you every step of the way. You are not walking alone. My grace will sustain you, and my peace will guard your heart and mind. It's not about forgetting the past. It's about choosing to move forward without being held back by it. Healing is not immediate, but with every act of letting go, you allow my love to work in you, transforming your heart and mind. The more you surrender your pain to me, the more I can fill you with the peace that surpasses understanding. And as you heal, you begin to see yourself differently, not as a victim of your past, but as a beloved child of God, free to live in the fullness of my love. This journey will not be without its challenges, but it is the path to true freedom. With each choice to let go, you make room for my light to shine brighter in your heart, bringing clarity where there was once confusion and peace where there was once turmoil. Once you have let go, once you have released the burdens of the past, you step into a life of true freedom. This is the life I offer you: freedom from the chains of bitterness, freedom from the weight of unforgiveness, and freedom to live in peace. It is a peace that the world cannot give, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and a peace that will guard your heart and mind in every circumstance. When you live in the freedom of peace, you no longer allow your past to define who you are. You are not defined by your hurt, by your anger, or by the wounds others have inflicted upon you. You are defined by my love, my grace, and the freedom I have secured for you through the cross. Living in peace means walking through life with a heart that is unburdened, a heart that is free to love, to serve, and to embrace the future with hope. The past no longer holds power over you because you have released it into my hands. You are no longer a prisoner of your pain, but a servant of my peace. Know this: when you choose peace, you choose life. You choose to live fully, to experience the fullness of joy, and to walk in the abundant life I have prepared for you. You choose to love without reservation, to forgive without hesitation, and to live with a heart full of grace. I have called you to freedom, and that freedom comes through letting go. Let go of the hurt, the pain, and the anger. Let go of the past and allow my peace to fill the space where it once resided. Live in the freedom of peace, and know that with each step, you are becoming more like me, more loving, more forgiving, and more at rest in the knowledge that I am with you, always. In the end, the power of letting go is the power to embrace true freedom. It is a freedom that comes when you release the weight of past hurts and choose to walk in peace. Forgiveness, though not always easy, is the gateway to this freedom. When you let go of bitterness, anger, and regret, you open your heart to healing and restoration, and in that space, peace finds its home. Letting go is not a one-time decision. It is a daily choice to trust in my love and grace. As you release the chains of the past, you make room for the abundant life I have for you. You step into the life of peace, love, and joy that I desire for you, not defined by the wrongs of others or your own mistakes, but by the freedom I have given you. Remember, this journey of letting go is not about forgetting, excusing, or pretending the hurt never happened. It is about trusting that I will bring healing where there is pain and peace where there was once turmoil. You are not walking alone on this journey. I am with you every step of the way, guiding you toward the fullness of life. In the end, the peace that surpasses all understanding is yours. When you choose to let go, you are choosing to step into my grace, into my love, and into a future filled with hope. This is the power of letting go, the power to find peace, to live in freedom, and to experience the transformative love that I have for you. Thank you for watching. If this message has spoken to your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Daily Bible channel for more content that brings healing, peace, and inspiration from God's Word. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Let's walk this journey of forgiveness and peace together. Drop a comment below sharing how you plan to let go and embrace the freedom of peace in your life. I'd love to hear from you. Stay blessed and remember, you are loved, forgiven, and free.